Why does stress control your life? Why do you wake up feeling anxious before the day even begins? Why does your mind feel cluttered, jumping from one worry to another? Why do you feel exhausted, even when you haven't done much? You try to stay calm, but your brain won't listen. You try to focus, but stress keeps pulling you in 100 directions. You try to relax, but you can't stop overthinking. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'll get it together. But tomorrow comes, and nothing changes. And before you know it, weeks turn into months, months into years. And one day, you look up and realize you're still in the exact same place. Because here's the truth. Stress isn't random, it's a system. And unless you learn how to break it, you'll stay trapped in the cycle. But here's the good news, stress isn't your enemy. It's your greatest weapon if you know how to control it. Most people let stress control them. But by the end of this video, that won't be you. You're about to learn how to rewire your brain, take back control, and turn stress into your greatest advantage. And once you do, you will never be stressed again. You think your struggles are personal. You think you're lazy. You think you lack discipline. You think you're just not motivated enough. Wrong. Your struggles aren't personal. They're biological. Your brain isn't broken. It's running ancient survival software. Back then, it kept you alive. Now, it's keeping you weak. It fears discomfort because it thinks pain equals death. It seeks distractions because it was wired to scan for danger. It chases instant rewards because waiting meant starving. But today, that same system is ruining your focus, crippling your discipline, trapping you in a loop of stress, procrastination, and burnout. It's not your fault. Your brain is stuck in outdated code. And worst of all, society knows it and they're using it against you. Now that you see the real problem, let's fix it. If you want to escape the loop, you don't need more motivation. You don't need more discipline. You need a full brain override. Here's how to take back control and never let stress run your life again. Rewire your stress response. Your brain is hooked on quick dopamine hits, and that's making stress worse. Every time you scroll, binge watch, or jump between apps, you're training your brain to escape stress, not handle it. Instead of facing discomfort, you reach for your phone. Instead of focusing, you get distracted. Instead of pushing through, you procrastinate. So when real stress hits, your brain panics. That's why small problems feel overwhelming. You can't focus. You feel restless but get nothing done. Your brain has been rewired to avoid effort. The fix: quit passive scrolling. Cut your screen time in half. Delay gratification. Before checking your phone, complete a task first. Earn dopamine through effort. Train your brain to reward progress, not escape. Less cheap dopamine. More mental control. Less distraction. More stress tolerance. Less avoidance, more resilience. When you reset your dopamine system, stress no longer controls you, you control it. Reprogram your response to stress. Your brain reacts to stress the way it's trained. If you constantly avoid discomfort, your brain learns that stress is dangerous. But if you expose yourself to controlled stress, your brain adapts, and stress stops feeling like a threat. Here's how to reprogram your stress response. Cold showers. Most people avoid discomfort, but cold showers force you to face it. When you step into freezing water, your body wants to panic. Your heart races, your breath shortens, but if you stay calm, something changes. Your brain learns, I can control my response. This translates into real life. When stress hits, instead of panicking, you stay in control. Over time, cold exposure rewires your nervous system to handle pressure better. Start simple. 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower and gradually increase time. Start your day with a challenge. Your brain loves patterns. If the first thing you do is something easy, your brain expects an easy day. But if you start with a challenge like an intense workout, a cold shower, or deep work, your brain adapts to difficulty. This makes everything else feel easier. Instead of reacting to stress with avoidance, your brain learns to push through. Expose yourself to controlled discomfort. Most people avoid stress. High performers seek it. Why? Because every time you push past discomfort, your brain gets stronger under pressure. Lift heavier. Your body learns stress doesn't mean danger. Run longer. Your mind learns endurance. Work through frustration. Your brain rewires to handle pressure instead of escaping it. Think of stress like weight training for your mind. The more you face it, the stronger you get. Master your nervous system. Right now, your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode. That's why you overthink. You stress over small things. You feel exhausted and wired at the same time. Your autonomic nervous system controls your energy, focus, and stress response. And the switch to control it? Your breath. Breathing is the remote control for your nervous system. How you breathe tells your brain, it's safe, calm down, or we're in danger, panic. Here's the science. When you inhale, your heart rate speeds up. When you exhale, it slows down. So when you exhale longer than you inhale, you send a signal to your brain. We're safe, relax. How to do it? Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 8 seconds, repeat for a few minutes. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that handles calm, focus, and recovery. That's why Navy SEALs use breath control in combat. When the heart's racing and chaos takes over, your breath is the manual override. Change how you see yourself under stress. Most people stay stressed because they've built the wrong identity. They say, I always procrastinate. I get overwhelmed easily. I'm not good under pressure. And here's the catch. Your brain listens. Every time you repeat that, you're training your brain to expect failure. Stress, avoidance, guilt, more stress, that's the loop. And identity is what keeps it alive. You don't break that with hacks. You break it by changing how you see yourself in the middle of the pressure. So, here's the fix. Stop saying, I can't handle this. Start saying, I get stronger every time stress shows up. Stop saying, I can't focus. Start saying, this is when I train my focus. Stop acting like the overwhelmed one. Start acting like someone who stays calm and in control. Because stress doesn't define you unless you let it. Stress isn't the enemy. The real enemy is staying stuck in the same loop. Now you know why it happens. And more importantly, how to break it. You don't need hacks. You don't need motivation. You need to act like the version of you that doesn't fold under pressure. Because stress will come. The question is, will it control you or sharpen you? Most people stay stuck. But you've seen the system now. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So what's it going to be? Scroll or evolve? Decide.